last week I made $70. For the first week of 2024, I made $70 total. That doesn't include other about $3 in fees and how much money I have to put aside for taxes. However, I will say that the first week of 2024 was by far the most productive week I've had all year long. Okay, so now obviously, if I were to say that, that's kind of a joke because the year's only lasted 1 week. But I will say that is, if you include 2023, last week was the absolute most productive week I've had in the past 365 days. And I attribute that to setting a goal, making a plan, and executing it. I feel like my glasses are fucking up. Anyway, so last week I made a podcast, and I don't want to say it was a podcast. I made a video and I kind of outlined my plans for 2024, and I talked a little bit about it. And even when I look at the data from that last video, I got less than 50 views on YouTube. I got less than 20 views on Facebook. But that doesn't matter to me right now because I realized that although it took a lot of time for me to make those videos, it pushed me to make an actual video. And as a videographer, I need to get my reps in. I need to get the practice in. So I was able to kind of get some practice, and I want to make it into a habit of filming, editing, and pushing the boundaries of what I'm capable of doing. And there are things that I didn't know how to do, like turning some of the captions into graphics and manipulating those captions, but I was able to do that. So I was gonna check the little journal that I kept. So last week, I was able to film the podcast. That alone took me 10 hours. I filmed a lot of B-rolls with B-roll of all the microphones because last week's goal was to talk about the podcast studio and everything that I have in terms of podcasting. And then I spent another 20 hours updating the website. And I started to standardize some of the practices because I want consistency among all the pages on VlogCast.com. And I started to standardize the font size, even down to the hexadecimal color code for the fonts, colors that I want to use, and the color schemes that I want to use going forward with my company. I updated a little bit of social media stuff, but the website did take a lot of time. And then even when I started testing on a mobile, I realized the things that I put on the website was not compatible with the mobile. So now I still have to go update that website. So I'm still not finished with it. But through that process, I learned a lot. And the $70 that I made actually didn't come through anything photo or video related. It actually came from making t-shirts, kind of a side hustle. I also have a t-shirt company, and I made 3 t-shirts and sold them. That's it. And I even made a mistake on one of the t-shirts. So although I sell the t-shirt for $25 each, I had to do a $5 discount because I made a mistake on the t-shirt. Luckily, the client was okay with it. It wasn't that big of a mistake, but I gave him a discount for that, and he was fine with it. And then I was actually able to take the t-shirt company from this studio here, and I moved that to the basement of my house. Why are my glasses fucking up? Anyways, I was able to move the t-shirt company and the t-shirt operation to the lower level of my house because I wanted to free up some space here at my studio. Going forward, this week's goal is to promote studio rental here at Vlogcast Studio. This studio is available for rent for any creators that want to come in and create, whether it's through photography, film, video, or podcasting. So that's going to be the focus of this week. Tomorrow, Greg's going to be coming down. He's going to help me kind of organize the studio and standardize some of these practices. So although I only made $70 this first week, my goal is to really focus on working on the business and not necessarily in the business. So even I've spent over 40 hours working on this. It's not about the money yet. It's about creating something that's going to generate that kind of income for me and generate that revenue that I'm looking for, because I can't keep taking all these a la carte deals and having this level of uncertainty, because quite honest, like now that I'm married, I have a certain level of accountability that I have towards the family. And that's the other thing. I've been trying to balance work and life. And even in my personal life, I was able to do, we were able to do, we study the Bible every single night, or we make time to study the Bible. We were able to go to our dance fitness class twice last week. And as a challenge to Greg, I did an average of 100 push-ups per day. So I got in 600 push-ups between Monday and Saturday. Sundays I'm going to take a break because I just need to recover. But I did 600 push-ups last week. This is all because I made a plan and I followed through on it. And it feels good. It feels good. My glasses are fucking up. What's going on? Anyway, it felt great. And I want to continue this momentum, and whether or not people are following this podcast, I know there's some people that kind of listen through. Thank you, Stephanie, and thank you, Crystal. And I think Tree, who also watches these things, but et cetera, et cetera. Thank you guys for watching. And whoever watches these things straight through, I appreciate it. But yeah, and here's the other thing. So I was trying to set up this teleprompter, because it just makes things so much easier if I have a script. I even thought about kind of making a bullet list and just kind of like talking about the topics, or kind of writing out what I want to say, but I don't have the time for that. And I think it's just better for me to just get on the microphone and speak the way I normally speak, because this is what people know me as. Because once I kind of like, turn on this character, it doesn't come off naturally, and it doesn't feel good to me, and it makes me worry a little bit more about how I appear on camera. It's just a lot of work. This video is a lot of work. This is the first time I'm filming today, and hopefully this will be the last, because I don't want to sit there and kind of edit all the mistakes. In fact, I need to embrace the mistakes that I make. I need to just learn from them and keep practicing. So rather than kind of like avoiding mistakes, instead I'm going to embrace my mistakes and practice speaking. I'm going to practice speaking in front of the microphone, and see, I'm already messing up. I want to practice speaking on the microphone and being in front of the camera as opposed from behind the camera, and just be okay with that, because if I can just practice doing that, it's going to come off a lot more natural. The other thing I've also changed is, well, obviously I just had a lot of coffee, so coffee helps. But the other thing is, I was gonna say, I just took some multivitamins. And I don't know if I can say that I felt a direct effect, and I'm not advising anyone to go out there taking multivitamins or anything like that. But I feel like I've been a lot more focused this week. I've been feeling that I've been able to do things a lot more intentionally, and I've been feeling less sluggish and tiresome throughout the day. So I've been able to wake up earlier. I've been going to sleep, whatever. I still go to sleep late, but I've been able to wake up a little bit earlier. I've been able to get a little bit more productive and be more intentional about how I utilize my time. The other goal is I need to reduce my digital usage on the phone. I'm obsessed with the phone. I play a lot of games on the phone. I watch a lot of YouTube. I watch a lot of Instagram stories. I watch a lot of YouTube shorts, and a lot of those things are just nonsensical. And I need to get away from that. And at the end of the week, every Sunday, my phone kind of judges me and is like, hey, you spent 46 minutes more on your phone this week than last week. Okay, I get it. So I'm hoping to screenshot next Sunday, and I'm hoping to reduce my usage by an hour, just an hour. I'm not saying I'm going to eliminate the usage. I'm just saying I'm going to reduce the usage. So if I'm going out on a walk, I may not necessarily be, caught up in my phone and act like I normally am. I'm just going to kind of be a little bit more present in the moment. And so anyway, so this is week 2. I don't want to have to record this again. Okay, the podcaster is recording. Is that thing recording? I hope it's recording. I was going to say something political, but I'm going to say that for a different video. In short, stay away from this. This is an election year, so you can hear a lot of noise. Just be careful about what's about to happen in the next couple months. All right, that's all I got to say. Bye.